We're back with our business leaders, where we talk to small business owners from coast to coast about President Trump's tariffs. Some are feeling relief from the duties. Many are feeling stress. Today, we're visiting Brick Road Coffee in Tempe, Arizona, a coffee, pastry, and pizza shop that launched in 2021 on the heels of the COVID-19 pandemic as a way to build community. Founder and owner Gabe Hagen is joining me now. Gabe, really appreciate your time. And in addition to tariffs impacting the product you already sell, coffee, which, as we know, isn't produced in the mainland U.S., you're also trying to grow a business here. Talk about the overall impact of tariffs on that right now.
Yeah, so thank you, first of all, for having me on to talk about this. We started mid-last year the expansion process for our business, and we have had to drastically reshift our focus over the last 6 months, especially. We've cut over $75,000 from our growth budget. That would be investment into equipment, build-out costs, things like that, just so we could try to conserve some of our capital so we could weather whatever is coming our way, which we really, truly don't know what that would be right now.
Have you had to raise costs on customers yet? You said you're talking about taking money from a growth budget. What about kind of day to day?
Yeah, so far, luckily, we've been able to absorb most of the impacts that we've seen because they are trickling in here and there. What we're actually experiencing the most difficulty with right now is actually product availability. We have 4 specialty drinks that we haven't been able to get all 4 of them back in stock over the last 3 weeks. And every week we put in orders to our distributors and our products keep becoming out of stock. So we're actually seeing more of an impact on the supply chain right now, but we're anticipating that if prices do go up when these products come back in stock, we're going to have to pass those on.
With community being so central kind of to the origin story of your business, what have you noticed in the community as kind of tariffs have become such a central point of economic uncertainty, concerns people are having?
Yeah, so we're a community hub, we're a coffee shop. It's a very easy access point for a lot of people. We have done a lot of work to build our shop as a community hub where people can come and gather. So we're still fortunate to see relatively steady foot traffic, but what we are seeing is we're seeing the amount of spend decreasing. We're seeing, maybe they're not going to grab that muffin, they're not going to grab that bag of coffee to take home with them. They're just going to grab their daily coffee, and maybe it's just once or twice a week versus 3 or 4 times. So we're still seeing the foot traffic, but our sales are still going down, and I think a lot of that comes back to just consumer uncertainty. There's a lot of people that just aren't sure what's going to happen. So everybody, just like I did with my construction budget, everybody at home is doing that same thing with their own personal finances. They're trying to cut back where they can to really weather whatever's going to come our way.
What's your durability as a business to be able to weather that over time, right? You've been able to make changes, withhold some money, focus on kind of taking back from the growth side of things, the construction side of things. How long can you do that sustainably?
Not much longer. And to be fully transparent, like the reason why we were able to do any type of growth is mid-last year, I invested my entire retirement because I had a corporate career, so my 401k, I took money out on my house. So I'm at this point, all my cards are on the table. So if we aren't able to weather it, there's no more reserves for me to kind of tap into as a business owner. I don't have the ability to weather a 3 to 6 month loss while this shakes out. I really need to make sure that I'm scraping by every month. So it is a daily challenge that we have to kind of assess and really reprioritize.
What is your message to lawmakers? What would you tell them if they're listening right now?
We need stability. I mean, whether it be for at home or for in our businesses, I need to know what I can plan for. I mean, it's middle of the year, and believe it or not, we need to start planning for the holiday season. That typically means I would be putting in large, cup orders that would be really great Christmas gifts and stuff like that. I'm not doing that because I can't risk tying up that capital because of that instability. So stability is going to be the number one thing that's really needed, because when it comes to figuring out how to adjust as small businesses, not having, corporate finance departments behind us, I really have to decide whether or not I'm going to raise my prices, which ultimately impact my consumers, or I'm going to find a way to cut wages or cut hours, which impacts my staff and my staff retention. So one way or the other, it's impacting my community, and it just depends on how bad it's going to be. So stability is going to be key for me planning, and most businesses planning for the remainder of the year and beyond.
Tempe, Arizona is a great town. If you're in Tempe, Arizona, Brick Road Coffee is in that town, community-oriented, community-centered. Gabe Hagen, we really appreciate your time and sharing your story. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Well, this